It's been a fantastic night. We're up to the last set of our Elliott Smith celebration for 20 years. And we have a guy named Jules here, Jules Griffith.
Yes. Happened upon the concert tonight.
Happened upon the concert, but also did get in touch in the weeks leading up, saying that he was at the original tribute here in 2004, and he had Stranger Than Fiction songs that were playing, and it turns out he actually went to high school with Elliott Smith, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, is that right? I'll let you tell the story anyway.
No, that's great. Elliott, Lincoln High School was where we went to school together for 4 years. He's not the most preeminent graduate in Lincoln. Matt Groening from The Simpsons was initial grad. So I think there's a bit of, I think he's picked up a bit of that lyric and that kind of a unusual character type of persona. But Elliott, it's funny, you see the stories today. In later years, a bit different than he was when he was a kid. Back in those early Lincoln years, fun-loving, always had a laugh. Shitty basketball player, but loved to go out and play. So the mates in the band was Stranger Than Fiction. Garrick Duckler, Adam Koval, and Jason Hornick, and Steve Smith, as he was known back then, was the lead.
When did he change his name?
I'm not sure what after university. I think it's before he went into Heatmiser era. So he went away. So, they recorded, I think, 2 or 3 amazing cassette tapes. Not records back then, just cassette tapes. And at that concert, the tribute back in 2004, after the show finished, I got up there and did a little thing and played waiting for the second hand, which I think might have been their 3rd cassette. And very emotional time because obviously you're caught up in the moment, but then to look out in the crowd and see 300 kids, you might have been one of them, maybe dancing around to songs, 15, 16, 17 years old that no one had ever heard before, and hearing Elliott's voice and just hearing that. If you listen to some of those songs, he's just having a laugh. It's just a guy having a bit of fun. So it was really great to see that. It's great to see tonight. It's a new generation of kids. It might have been, their parents' kids now coming to the gigs and joining us. So,
were there any specific classes you had with Elliott, or do you remember? Apparently, he's good at philosophy and history.
Well, the thing I remember most is the band he was in, the school band. About a 50-member band. Think about the typical American high school bands. It's a typical band, but Elliott Smith was one of a number of famous musicians that came out of that band. So Tony Lash, which was his drummer with Heatmiser, also produced a few records for the Hard-Ons, I think, here in Melbourne. Legendary drummer, also played with the Dandy Warhols, a few albums. So he was in the band along with Elliott. I want to say Elliott played a wind instrument of some kind. I can't recall what it was, but I reckon it's not the Elliott you think of today in music. And you actually had Eric Hedford was a drummer for the Dandy Warhols, was also in that band. So it's pretty cool to remember him being in a band, just with all these pretty phenomenal musicians. But that was back in the day. Just another kid playing the high school band, having fun with his mates, recording in an upstairs studio, taking breaks, going down and playing some very bad basketball with his friends, and going up and recording another album. So.
Thanks so much, Jules. It's so good to have just a few specific words and have a bit of a throwback to early Elliott that none of us really know about. We only know the Elliott Smith that became the solo career, but
go back and have a look. Track it down. You can find it somewhere. Stranger Than Fiction. Waiting for the second hand. It's out there. Have a listen. It's good, fun stuff, and hopefully hear a bit more later on tonight.
On the big PA.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thanks, Jules.
Really good job. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.